Part B, we have f of x equal to j of 4g of x. Now we are looking for j of x. So I'm going to put f of x, which was 80 x to the power of 4, equal to, we don't know the j, but this is 4 multiplied by g of x is 5x squared. This is same as j, 20x squared. So what is j of x should be that if I put 20x squared inside of j, I get 80x to the power of 4.
1/5 x squared.
Great, very nice. 1/5 of x squared. So why is 1/5? Again, we need to try. This might take like 20 minutes. We try different number. So in this x squared should be x to the power 4. So j of x for sure have x squared. If I just put it x squared, then I'm going to get 20x squared to the power of 2. This gives me like a 400x squared, x to the power 4, which I need to have 80. So if I put 1/5 here, this will do it, correct? 1/5 of x squared. Because if I multiply this by 1/5, I will get 80. Probably it's too early. Don't think this is complicated. This is like a puzzle. Correct? You just try. I mean, you need to know composing two functions. That's what's happening. That's knowing that is good enough for 8 a.m. Any question for this?
How did you get 4 times 5?
So the question here, so this is part of the question. They said j equal to parenthesis 4 multiplied by g of x. So instead of g of x, I plug 5x squared because g of x is 5x squared.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, good. That's good. It's too early. So, okay. So that was a homework question. Now let's go to the question that you will see today if you're going to take it. I don't know what number is this, but let's say this is number 24. I asked you guys to solve the equation. This is something related to chapter 1. It's like algebra. What you see, you don't see exponential, you don't see a log, you don't see a power function or quadratic or cubic, correct? This is a basic algebra. They ask us to solve for x in terms of ABC. So we have to collect x is one side. Oh my God, this is like a, whew. I'm going to change this one to minus. That's the question. So I'm going to collect x as one side. I'm going to add bx to both sides. Okay. I've got negative ba plus 2bx equal to c. I was able to combine bx plus bx. Then I add ba. Then we have 2bx equal to c plus ba divided by 2b. Then you solve for x. Any question here? So this is a basic algebra that solve for a variable. Another question on chapter 1. That's the number 23. Find the domain and range. So domain, you know, I mean, input, and the range is the output. We categorize the domain. So we said domain, if we have inside of radical, should be greater than 0, correct? Greater than equal to 0. But because the radical on the denominator, then x minus 9 should be greater than 0, not equal to. Then x gonna be greater than 9. So domain gonna be all the real number more than 9, not equal to. How do you find the range? How do we find the range of this function? In order to find the range, the value of y, we need to find the inverse. So one way to find the inverse, that so we say y equal to 5 over radical x minus 9. That's step 1. Then step 2, we're going to say x equal to 5 over radical y minus 9. I switch x and y, then we're going to solve for y. Okay? That's the final exam. You need to show me that you know this. So use exam, we switch x and y. We're going to solve for y. We find the inverse, then domain of that will be range of function. So I square both sides, x squared equal to 5 over y minus 9. Then y minus 9 equal to 5 over x squared. Then y equal to 5 over x squared plus 9. So we solve for y, this will be the inverse. So we solve the inverse. So k inverse of x will be 5 plus 9x squared over x squared, if you find the common denominator. So we know domain of k of x, or domain of k inverse of x, equal to range of k of x. Now, what is the domain of this function? Domain of the rational function, the denominator cannot be 0. So x squared equal to 0, then x cannot be 0. So the range is all real number minus 0. Only you cannot put 0 for that function.
That's 25 or 5.
Say again, Brian.
I think it's 25, right? Or
You're talking about the number here?
the square.
Oh, did I mess it up? I did purposely, 25. Good. One time you helped me, Brian, 25. 25. Very good. So when I square both sides, this kind of, I squared here, I squared there. Very nice.
So we would just write all real numbers?
So in the exam, they give you options, like a drop down. You're going to say all real number, not 0. If it's all real number, not 1, all real number, not 5. So one of the options is, if, for example, if the question is like this, you guys select all real number, not 0. All right. But what you're gonna take from my class to the next class is how do you find the range? We find the inverse and then find the domain of the inverse. This will be the range of the original. Solve exact. So the word exact in your, again, you are dealing with the computer there. When they said exact, has to be exact. Do not use a calculator. You know, I cannot do anything. If you email me, oh, the answer was, I mean, I rounded to 2 decimal, 3 decimal, I cannot do anything. So we have a radical equation. We are looking for this x. So we need to have radical one side. I'm going to move this one over here. We have radical 2x minus 5 equal to 6. So minus 3 minus 3. Now, in order to solve for x, I need to square both sides. I get 2x minus 5 equal to 36. Then 2x equal to 36 plus 5. I add 5 to both sides. I get 41. Then 2x equal to 41. X equal to 41 over 2. So you have to leave it like this. If you put 20.5, that's not correct. Leave it in fraction. Just reading the names. Huh. All right, next question. Which formula has the largest value of a? So all of them are exponential function. Exponential function, we know increasing or decreasing, like decay. We learned that this point is the initial value, a, correct? So now which one has the highest a? So this is a, this 2, they have the same value of a, and this is a. So which one has the largest a will be the graph of b. So you pick b. Question? Matthew, question?
No, I'm good. Again.
So if you know it, pretty simple, right? If you know what's going on, and the b, if it's more than, you said b is greater than 1, is increasing. B is between 0 and 1 is decaying, all right? But you don't, your question is regarding the a. So you need to find the exact value of e to power natural log of 4x squared minus 9. So you have a formula. One of the formula, you have e to power ln of x. For example, the answer is x. This comes from 10, no, this coming from like a to power log of x base a. If these two are same, this will pop up. So I put x, but it can be anything. So this is invisible e, so the answer will be 4x squared minus 9. So this will go over here. this, all of them will cancel. For question, natural log of fifth root of e to power of x. So anytime we have a radical in log or natural log, we need to get rid of it, make it to exponential. We know a m index n, this is same as a to power m over n. So we have ln of e x over 5. So we know we don't have radical. And one of the property of natural log, if we have ln of a to power m, this is m ln of a. The exponent gonna go in front of ln. So this will be over here. It's gonna be x over 5 ln of e. ln of e is 1. So the answer is x over 5. For the next year, it would be super bad if you guys don't know what is ln of e, or if you don't know the property of ln and log. So you need to memorize it. Solve for 2 to the power of x equal to 10 exponent equation, correct? How do we solve it? We try to make them same base, but we cannot make 10 to the base 2. So we have to take log or natural log. Because we don't have an e, we take a log of both sides. So we have, then x gonna go front of log, we got x log of 2 equal to log of 10. You divide it by log of 2. Then x will be log 10 over log 2. You leave it like this. Don't come up with a new formula. Don't say this is log of 5. No. Log of 10 over log of 2. If they say rounded to few decimal, you will use a calculator. If they said exact, you leave it as this.
Can I write log 210?
Log,
Log 210.
yes, but we don't want to do that.
Could you say 1 over log 2?
Let's see. People are talking. So what I got, x equal to log 10. Oh, log 2, very nice. Log of 10 is too early. Log of 10 is 1, correct? So 1 over log of 2. This is the answer. You need to do that. Log of 10 is 1. Thanks. But what Brian was saying, if we have log of A over log of B, you can write this one log A base B. We can use this formula. But not for this final. Don't think about that formula. But if you have a log of 10 equal to 1. Yes, any question? I need more coffee. Question for log? All right. Chapter 5 or 6, transformation. I give you guys point and ask you guys where that point will go after that transformation. You actually have a question. I mean, the example I'm going over, you have exactly similar. You might don't see negative 16 and 5. You might see 2 and 5 or 8 and 5. But this is all of them. I mean, the transformation are same. So where the point, so we have a graph, negative 16 and 5, for example, here. X minus 4. So what should we do to that point? Do we go, so inside we always do horizontal. Do we go 4 units to the left or 4 units to the right?
To the right.
4 units to the right, we're gonna get negative 12, comma 5. If this is negative 16, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, it will be negative 12. Then say we go back to the point, don't apply to the new point. F of x plus 4, we have outside of the function, you apply it to the y. This will be negative 16 plus 9. Again, we have inside, but it's multiplication. We do reciprocal 1 over 4 and multiply it by the x. So this will be 1, 4 times negative 16, comma 5. This will be negative 4, comma 5. So anytime anything happens inside of the function like this, you can think about opposite. If it's minus, you go plus 4. If it's multiplication, you do division. If it's division, you do multiplication. Because this is a b, and we're supposed to do 1 over absolute value of b multiplied by x. Now the 2 is outside. That means the x gonna stay same, and the 2 gonna multiply by the value of y will be 2.
Wait, can you explain how you did number B in the last one? Really quick?
B or the D?
B.
So B, we have f of x, correct? This f of x is the value of y plus 4. So this again is outside of the function. We only apply to the y. So it's plus 4. That means we're going to shift it 4 units up. So here was 5. Now become 4 units up will be 9.
Okay, thank you.
And same as D is outside, we applying it to the y is multiplication, we do multiplication. If it's outside of the function, if it's multiply, we do multiply. We do exactly the same. But when it's inside, we do opposite. So I have to bring some trigonometry for you guys. So there's no law of sine and law of cosine that you need to use. You should know it, but I give you guys right triangle. In the right triangle, sine of theta, this is theta, is opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite is 4, hypotenuse is we don't know. So you need to solve for a hypotenuse first. We use Pythagorean theorem. I'm going to say r squared equal to 6 squared plus 4 squared. This is 36 plus 16 is 40, 52. So r will be radical 52. Can we simplify radical 52?
5 root 2.
5 root 2. So radical 52, this is like a 2 times 26, correct?
Oh, sorry, I was doing root 50. Never mind.
And this is like a 2 times 13. So we have one pair of 2. It goes outside, a radical 13 inside. So you need to do this. This is same as 2 root 13. And the number that you're going to see in the exam is a small number like this. So don't freak out. Don't hire anybody. So now that we have all the side, sine of theta will be 4 over 2 radical 13, which gives us 2 over radical 13. We cannot have radical on the denominator. But it seems like you, in your homework, I saw that the system accepts this. But next year, you need to irrationalize it by radical 13, radical 13. This will be 2 radical 13 over 13. So for now, I'm going to keep it like this. Sine of alpha, but we are dealing with this angle, is opposite is 6 over 2 root 13. This is 3 over root 13. Let's pick a color of today. Sunny. Cosine theta, cosine of this angle, is adjacent to that over hypotenuse, is 6 over 2 root 13. This is 3 over 13, root 13. Cosine of alpha will be 4 over 2 root 13, which is 2 over root 13. Tangent of alpha is opposite to tangent of alpha. Oops. Tangent of alpha is 6 over 4, which is 3/2. And tangent of theta will be 4 over 6 is 2/3. Any question here? Okay. Another.
Can you go back?
This one?
Yes. I'm good, thank you.
Okay. A is 15 degree, B is 75, and Y is 10. They're asking solve for X. So X and R, both of them are unknown. So we cannot use X squared plus 10 squared equal to R squared. Pythagorean theorem not gonna work. So we're gonna say sine of 15 degree equal to Y over R is sine of 15 equal to 10 over R, then R will be 10 over sine of 15. You leave it like this. You're not going to calculate it. This is R. X, so we solve, so we R. Then in order to solve for X, I'm going to use tangent of 15 equal to opposite over adjacent, Y over X. So X will be Y, which is 10 over tangent of 15. Again, you're not going to use the calculator. This is the exact value. That's what you're going to leave. Question here. Math.
On during the exam, it won't tell us to simplify this anymore.
No, they said find the exact. I mean, there is no way. I mean, sine 15 is decimal.
Okay.
Any question, Matt? Canada.
Nope. Just tuning in, see what everybody is focused on right now.
Is that a chair or your background? I know I asked you before.
No, it's removable. My bedroom is kind of a mess right now, so it just wraps around my chair with
Oh,
this
really?
thing right here.
That's cool. That's what I need.
It's called a web around.
That's why I'm telling you guys turn the camera on that I can learn what you guys do. Tamir,
Yeah.
any question?
No, I'm good.
All right. Find the inverse. You have inverse question. You know the rule. We did one inverse question for the finding the range, but in order to find the inverse, we just need to step one. We're gonna say y equal to radical 8 minus 3x over 5 minus 2x. We're going to switch x and y. X equal to 8 minus 3y over 5 minus 2y. Then we're going to square both sides. We're going to get x squared equal to 8 minus 3y over 5 minus 2y. I mean, you can listen to me now and then you can take a picture of the screen, but I put this online. So it would be good to follow how do I solve. So in order to solve for the y, I'm going to cross multiply. I'm going to get 5 minus 2y multiplied by x squared equal to 8 minus 3y. So we are solving for y. We need to have y on one side, but I have to distribute x squared. So this is going to be 5x squared minus 2yx squared equal to 8 minus 3y. So just don't forget about this question. Then I'm going to move 5x squared over there and negative 3y this side. So we're going to have negative 2yx squared plus 3y equal to 8 minus 5x squared. I'm going to factor the y. I'm going to know negative 2x squared plus 3 equal to 8 minus 5x squared. You divide. This will be your inverse. For ln, if you're looking for f inverse of x, same, y equal to ln of 2 minus x step 1. Then I'm going to switch x and y. Then x equal to ln of 2 minus y. Now, how do I solve for y? Math will tell us.
Raise both sides. Well, sorry. Put both sides to the power of e, or e to the. Sorry.
Yeah, we're going to make this one to exponent rule. What you said is correct, but I never told you guys to do this. So if we have ln of x equal to a, or ln of a equal to b, I mean a equal to e to power of b. We make it to exponent. So this is my a, so it's going to have 2 minus y equal to e to power of x, applying the exponent rule. Then I'm looking for y. I'm going to bring y this side and this guy the other side. So it's going to be y equal to 2 minus e to power of x. So you solve for y. The last step is this going to be your inverse. F inverse will be 2 minus e to power of x. Good. You have a question like this that was Ila's presentation. They call it difference quotient. You're going to use this next year every week. So the goal is to get rid of the h on the denominator. Next year, you're going to learn that limit of this when h goes to 0 will be f inverse. No, it will be f prime of x. It will be derivative of the x. So that's what you're going to do next year. So this is going to be next year. But this year, you have to be able to simplify it. I think Ella solved this question. So what you do, she explained it very well. We have h, we have minus, this minus over here, h is here, f of x, going to be x squared minus 2x here. F of x plus h, you separately calculate it, plug it there. It will be x plus h squared minus 2x plus h. Instead of x, I put x plus h. You FOIL this one, you simplify it. Minus 2x minus 2h. Then minus x squared plus 2x, minus x squared plus 2x, divided by h. X squared cancel. 2x will cancel. We have 2xh plus h squared minus 2h over h. Again, the point of this is to get rid of the h. You factor the h, 2x plus h minus 2 over h. So this will be the final answer. It gets complicated if I give you guys like a little spicy function, but in a final exam, you deal with the x squared similar to this one. I give you two functions, f of x and g of x, and they ask us what is f of g of x. So g of x gonna go inside of f. That means this will go inside of x of f of x. Will be equal to cosine of 5x squared minus 5x. You leave it like this and you're done. Don't take the 5 outside. Do not simplify it. Leave it. F of x is invertible. The word invertible means has an inverse. Okay. We learned that not all the functions are invertible or one-to-one. Only so if it's invertible, that means it has an inverse. Which one is correct?
B.
Yes, B is correct. So f inverse of x, that's what we go through all the steps and solve for the inverse. I know this, I mean, this -1 is outside, this has this meaning as a reciprocal, but it's not the way we said inverse function. Again, the -1 has to be exactly above the functions. Good, but this is not correct, this is not correct. This one is correct.
Can we go back to the previous problem really quick? I just didn't copy anything.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Lindsay's favorite question. I give you guys a graph. So now when you see a graph, it looks super complicated, correct? But you know we are dealing with the rational functions. That means we are dealing with p of x over q of x. Something like this. The vertical asymptote comes from the denominator. Horizontal asymptote happens for the coefficient here. We have a horizontal asymptote, which is y equal to -8. That means the degree of top and bottom are same. And x-intercepts coming from for the p of x. So vertical asymptote x equal to -2, x equal to 8. That means is x plus 2, x minus 8. So we're going backward. We have zeros at x equal to -7 and x equal to 15. That means we have x plus 7, x minus 15 for the p of x. So we took care of everything, but not the coefficient. If I don't give you this information, if I don't give you horizontal asymptote, then you need to pick these points. This point is 0, -10. You plug 0 for x and y, -10 for y to solve for k. But because I give you guys horizontal asymptote, all you need to do, you plug this gonna be your k. So the final answer will be -8, x plus 7, x minus 15 divided by x plus 2, x minus 8. If you know the technique, it's super simple. If you don't know it, I mean, it would be difficult to come up with the equation. "46 people. Any question for me so far? Any I know some people just join us. Any question for final?
How about input 0?
What?
The input 0 x into 0.
Why you want to do that? But this is, if you put 0 right, for this example, I just made it up. So there is a question
Oh.
like this in the final. I changed the number, correct? But I know you caught me. This, if you put 0 and -10, if you put 0 for x and -10 for y, you might don't get -8 for k because I just randomly pick it. Correct?
Okay.
But the exam or the homework question that I solved, I substitute x and y and I got the same number for the horizontal asymptote. So but this example most likely is not going to work.
So I can still, like, if the number is right, I can just put in.
Yeah,
X
you
to
should
solve
get
the
the same.
K.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why you want to do that, but if somebody, yeah. What is the long run behavior of this? Extra credit, who can solve this one? Time is up, no extra credit. Alan?
Would it be infinity? Like positive? Oh, wait, no. Hold on. For the second one, wouldn't it be infinity?
For the second
And then
one?
like the first, yeah, and then the first one would be like negative infinity.
Very good, but one of them is right, one of them is not right.
Are they
Paul?
both positive? Infinity? Oh.
Thanks, Lindsay. Paul?
Yes, I'm trying to work it out right now.
All right.
It's not a rational function.
Very nice. It's not rational, but that's not the question. I give you a function. Dahelia?
Is the first one 0?
I'm still trying to work it out, I think.
All right. Benos said 0. No.
I think it's 9.
No.
Both infinity, right? Positive.
Okay, guys, I'm glad I'm going over all the questions because we didn't answer this question. So x goes to negative infinity. I mean, I know you guys have good ideas. That's great. So I'm sure you can do it in a final exam. So we are not dealing with the rational function. If we had a rational function, we will deal with the coefficient. So this is like some functions, ugly functions. But x goes to negative infinity. So one way, if you have a fancy computer or calculator, you can graph it and see what's going to happen in negative infinity. Or we're going to plug a big negative number here. So we have 3 to power negative infinity plus 9, 2 to power negative infinity plus 15. We know anytime we're dealing with negative exponents, we cannot just calculate it in our head. We need to make it to positive. For example, if I ask you guys, what is 5 to power of 3? You can say, oh, 5 times 5 times 5 is like a 125. If I say, what is like a 4 to power of negative 2? You cannot just do any algebra. The first thing is you have to make it to positive, and then it's 1/16, right? So here I'm going to make this one to a positive, will be 1 over 3 to power of positive infinity plus 9 over 1 over 2 to power of in positive infinity plus 15. So what is 1 over 3 to power infinity? If I just bring this one here, what is 1 over, I mean, 3 to power of infinity, that means we're talking about huge number. 1 over infinity, what do we get?
Is that 0?
0, right? 1 over big number is 0. So this is 0. This is 0. So we have only 9 over 15. So the answer will be 9 over 15, or can simplify. For the second part, you guys were right. Goes to infinity. I mean, we have 3 to power of infinity plus 9 over 2 to power of infinity plus 15. 3 to power of infinity is a huge number, infinity, plus 9 over infinity plus 15. That gives me infinity over infinity, which is like a, we cannot negotiate, or is they can simplify it. No, I mean, the first infinity might be weight of the ocean, and the second one might be, I don't know, something else. But you cannot simplify infinity. So this is going to be another infinity. So it's going to be. So here we had 0 plus, 0 plus. We could simplify it. All right, we are almost done. Wow.
Wait, sorry, can you go back to the last one really quick? Okay, thank you.
Sure. Limits. But now we are dealing with rational function. That's the multiplication, correct? So in order to answer this, we need to have a polynomial over another polynomial. Good. Why is not writing there? Oops. Do you guys hear me?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know why is. Good. Sorry about that. I know you don't want to see that. Final exam question in the final. You don't want any technical difficulty. So we need to make it like this. So your job is to multiply, make it to polynomial, make it to polynomial in a standard form. So this will be limit of x to the power of 6 minus 8x squared divided by 3x to the power of 6 plus 14. So you also make this one in a standard form. We learned that if they have a same degree, top and bottom, it will be the coefficient, correct? Coefficient of an over bn. So the answer here will be 1 over 3. This is 1. This is 3. 1/3. Second one, again, we are dealing, it goes to negative infinity, but we need to make a standard polynomial. So if I multiply this, I'm gonna get x squared minus plus 4x minus 32. Then I'm going to multiply this by 5x squared. I will get 5x cubed plus 20x squared minus 160. Yeah. (106x) divided by negative 7x to power 4 plus 9. So that's what I'm going to get if you make it to a standard form. X goes to negative infinity. What is the limit of that? So we are dealing with the first coefficient, this over that, correct? The degree is 3, this is 4. The denominator is more than top. What's the answer?
0.
0, yeah. If it's same, it will be coefficient. If the denominator is more, I mean that y equal to 0, or you're going to say the answer is 0. Horizontal asymptote is 0. You guys should love this type of question for next year. Another limit. This degree is 1. This is 1. So the answer is 17. Do you guys know why it's 17?
Could you go back to the last slide real quick?
Sure.
Thank you.
So if you want to see why is 17, we have 17x minus 3 over x minus 9. The question is, why is coefficient over coefficient? If I factor the x, I'm going to get 17 minus 3 over x. If I factor x on the denominator, I'm going to get 1 minus 9 over x, correct? This x will cancel. Now I have 17 minus 3 over x over 1 minus 9 over x. X goes to infinity, so 9 over big number will go to 0, and 3 over big number goes to 0. That's only we left is coefficient over coefficient. That's why we get, that's the rule for the coefficient over coefficient. That's the logic behind it. What about this one?
Is it 8 over 9?
Yeah, you need to make it to a standard form. Highest degree first. X squared same. So the coefficient will be 8 over 9. So the long run will be 8 over 9. The answer of this question is 8 over 9. Or if I ask you guys what is the horizontal asymptote, you will say 8 over 9. Wow, too many questions. Let me go faster a little. I give you guys a graph, and the question is, what is the equation of the graph? Good. This is a polynomial. X equal to -1/2, x equal to 3, x equal to 4. So it will be x plus 1/2, x minus 3, x minus 4. Y equal to that, but you need to solve for k. How do we solve for k? You use this point, 0, 21. You plug 0 for x, 21 for y, then solve for k. Then you plug it back. So I think 7/2 equal to k. You plug 7/2 over here. Another question, but here we have, it touches. That means we have multiplicity of 2. Here goes through. That was Megan's presentation. This was great. So here we have x equal to -5, x equal to 0, x equal to 5. So x equal to 5, that means we're going to have x minus 5 in parentheses. X equal to -5, we're going to have x plus 5. Because it touches, we have to put degree 2. You can put degree 4, you can put degree 6, you can put degree 8, but they said the lowest possible degrees, correct? That means we're going to stay. That's a questionable. Because if that was degree 4, also it touches the x-axis. But there's a lowest possible degree, so I'm going to put x squared. Here. X equal to 0, that means we have x, but degree 2 because it touches. So far we have y equal to a coefficient, x squared, x plus 5 squared times x minus 5. How do we solve for k? Same as before. They usually give us another point, which is 2 and 2. So I put 2 here and 2 for y, for x. Then I solve for k. Which you should be able to do it.
Could you go back to the previous one for 1 second?
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure. Again, I will post this on YouTube. And when the final pop up, don't take it exactly after the meeting. I don't think you should take a break and then take it. So you have time to finish the final exam by tomorrow night. And you gotta make sure the internet, the computer, everything works. I don't wanna, it maybe happen, but please make sure everything is okay to take the final. Simplify. I'm gonna solve this one only, but you should be able to solve. So here we are adding 2 rational functions. Here we are dividing, and here is again dividing. This one, I mean, you multiply the far away is 9 multiplied by 5 divided by x multiplied by x squared. This is 45 over x cubed. For this question, so if we have negative exponents, I will make it to positive exponent. It will be 3 over a cubed plus 3 over b cubed over a cubed plus b cubed. We'll find the common denominator for here, which is a cubed multiplied by b cubed. We're going to get 3b cubed plus 3a cubed. I multiply this by b cubed, I multiply this by a cubed, a cubed. So I factored it. So now, so I'm going to put 1 here, multiply this 2, divided by multiply this 2. We have 3b cubed plus 3a cubed divided by a cubed b cubed times a cubed. If you factor the 3, this and that cancel, the final answer is 3 over a cubed b cubed. For this, in order to add two rational or two fractions, we should have the same denominator. The common denominator here is a minus 4 times a plus 4. So you need to multiply this by a plus 4. You're going to get a plus 4. Which will be 2a plus 4 divided by a minus 4, a plus 4. You don't have a question on this one. You have a similar question to this, but you need to be expert on adding and subtracting or dividing for next year. This is all algebra. It's only practice. How do we divide two fractions? We save the first one, we change it to multiplication and reciprocal of that.
Wait, so which one on the test will be the most similar to one of these?
I use this one, finding common denominator for this part. And division, the example will be similar to this one. But you need to be able to add, able to divide, and apply the technique of this. All those three happening inside of the above question. So we have a plus b over 3 multiplied by, I can factor the 3 is 4x minus 1. A minus b, a plus b. If I factor this one, a plus b cancel, the 3 cancel. We have 4x minus 1 over a minus b. Good. Even, odd, or neither. In order to know even, odd, or neither, even and odd, we need to calculate f of negative x. If f of negative x equal to f of x is even, if f of negative x equal to negative f of x will be odd. If none of them will be neither. So we have to calculate negative x. So f of negative x will be negative x cubed over negative x cubed minus 5. This will be negative x cubed over negative x cubed minus 5. So now you need to compare what we got with the original function. Is this exactly same as that?
No.
So it's not even. Is that negative of that?
No.
So I can factor the negative. So we have negative x cubed. If I take the negative from denominator, we're going to get x cubed plus 5. Negative negative is positive, so I'm going to get x cubed over x cubed plus 5. So this is a final answer. So it's not same as that, and it's not negative of that. That means if I multiply this by negative, I'm not going to get this one. So it's not odd. Therefore, will be neither. All right, guys, last two questions. Whew. For the rational function, this find zeros. How do we find the zeros of rational? This part tells us, correct? So we make x minus 5 equal to 0, then x equal to 5. So this will be the zeros. What's the vertical asymptote?
You have to look at the denominator.
Denominator. Do we have vertical asymptote? So the denominator when it's 0. So x plus 2 equal to 0, x equal to negative 2. At x equal to negative 2, we have a vertical asymptote. So again, vertical asymptote comes from the denominator. That means x plus 2 squared. This is same as x plus 2 times x plus 2 equal to 0. So they're exactly the same. There is no multiplicity. So as negative 2, we have vertical asymptote. Part C, we have a long run. Y approaches to what number as x approaches plus minus infinity? That means what is the horizontal asymptote? David, what's the horizontal asymptote?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so we are rational function. There are three techniques. If they have the same degree of the denominator is more or degree of denominator is less. Here we have x squared plus 4x plus 4 if you FOIL this one. So degree of denominator is more than that. So your note sheet said y should be 0.
0. Okay.
If the denominator is more, is 0. If denominator is less, there is no horizontal asymptote. If they are equal, we get the coefficient.
Can you repeat that again?
So we learned that if the exponents, if the degree of denominator is less than the degree on top, then we have y equal to 0 is a horizontal asymptote. If both of them are same degree, it will be coefficients of them. I think yesterday we talked about this, that if you have a n x to power n divided b m x to power m, if n equal to m, y equal to an over bm, the coefficient. If n is more than m, n plus 1, then there is no horizontal asymptote. If n is less than m, we have y equal to 0. Then the graph, you might see 4 different options. So you will pick a graph with the -2 and 5. For example, something like that. So you will pick it, you choose one of the options with those characteristics. Oh, meeting. All right. That's the last question, or the first question you'll find out. I know you guys are tired. I'm tired. So I give you guys 2 points, and I ask you guys make it linear. Let's pick a good color to get energy forward. So linear means y equal to mx plus b. Exponent, we have y equal to a, b to power of x. Power functions was y equal to k, x to power of p. So you need to come up with those equations. Not a good color, actually. So what do we have? We have 0.1, 6 and 2, 42. Good. F of 1 equal to 6. I mean, x equal to 1, y equal to 6. In order to come up with the equation of line, we need to have m and we need to find b. We learned m is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Good. So m will be 42 minus 6 divided by 2 minus 1. 42 minus 6 is 36. So 36 will be m. Y. We learned a different formula for line. I'm going to use this formula. Y minus 6 equal to 36x minus 1. So that's a point slope form. But you need to simplify it to make it to mx plus b. That's the form that you have to submit on the computer. All right, don't leave it like this. So you're going to multiply, would be 36x minus 36. So y equal to 36x minus 30. because you add 6 to both sides, you get that. All right. That's the last question. That's actually the first question in the final exam. I put the first one. For the exponential, again, we have to solve for a and b. We learned we're going to make it to, we're going to say 6 equal to a times b to power of 1, and 42 equal to a b to power of 2. I substitute x and y for x and y. We divide. One of the techniques is to solve, I divide the bigger number by this. So 42 over 6 equal to ab squared over ab. A will cancel. B squared over b gives me b. 42 over 6 is 7. So b equal to 7. Then I can plug it to this to solve for a. So 6 equal to a times 7, then a will be 6 over 7. It was an accident. Yeah. All right. Question here. So we solve for a and b. So the final answer will be y equal to 6 over 7 multiplied by 7 to power of x. Last one is a power function. You need to solve for k and p. So y, 6 equal to k, x is 1 to power of p. Then 42 equal to k, 2 to power of p. Those are the point, x and y. So here we got 6 equal to k, which is great. We solve for k. So we have 42 equal to, I'm going to substitute 6 here. 6 times 2 to the power of p. I divide by 6. I get 7. So 7 equal to 2 to power of p. How do I solve for p? I have to take a log. Log. So we have log of 7 equal to p log of 2. So p will be log 7 over log 2. You need to calculate this. Then you will plug it for this p. All right, guys, this was it. You're ready to take the final now. So I'm going to stop recording because it will be a smaller file to upload.